Hey guys, I've got another story for you. This one involves nuclear radiation, and the name of this one is called Meltdown. Meltdown. There have been a couple times in the last 50 years where there have been nuclear reactors where they've gone offline or then melted, and the core started to melt and stuff like that. Anyway, and you probably heard of Chernobyl, and maybe you have in Russia, and then and there was one in Japan several years ago when they had that big tidal wave. And anyway, it's about radiation and things like that. It's called Meltdown. The atomic reactor had gone out of control. No one at the installation ever thought it would come to this, and as far as I know, nothing quite like it had ever happened before, but the worst has happened. Meltdown. There's a meltdown of the reactor core. This much is certain. The core must be disassembled before the radiation escapes. And since the task is beyond the capability of the most sophisticated robots, somebody has to get down there and do it by hand. No one will volunteer, so someone has to be chosen. Here is the rest of the story. He is a 26-year-old lieutenant in the United States Navy. Qualifications: he is highly trained in reactor technology and nuclear physics. He was among the nuclear technicians who aided General Electric workers in the construction of a prototype plant near the Knolls Atomic Power Laboratory. He has worked with and at the Atomic Energy Commission headquarters in Washington and has high security clearance status. He is being flown to the meltdown site. When he gets there, he will study an exact duplicate of the reactor, which has already been constructed nearby. Working with a team of technicians, he will rehearse each tedious step of the dismantling procedure. Television cameras will monitor the moment-by-moment condition of the real reactor, and then, accompanied by two other technicians from the team, wearing radiation-resistant clothing and armed only with the tools in his hands, he will witness a sight no man has ever seen before: a melted-down atomic reactor core. The disassembly will be carried out in stages, each a minute and 30 seconds in duration. In that amount of time, the lieutenant will in fact absorb the maximum allowable radiation for a human being for an entire year. So the economy of time will be paramount. There will be none to spare for fumbling with a bolt or a valve connection, and no room for a mistake, for everyone's sake. The ultimate fate of this young lieutenant, as a matter of hypothesis, depends on which expert you listen to. If those who fear the worst are to be believed, then the consequences will far outweigh sickness or sterility, and the price of this mission, for which the lieutenant did not volunteer, will be certain death. He must live long enough, however, to disassemble the reactor, and he will succeed. For the unimaginable catastrophe that this then unprecedented meltdown of an atomic reactor occurred at a nuclear plant near Chalk River in Canada 68 years ago. This is 28, but this is an old book. I don't know, I have to look at the date. Anyway, a long time ago. 1951, that's when it was. So that's almost 70 years ago. Yeah, 70 years ago. Yeah, this is 21 to 1. Yeah, so 70 years ago in Chalk River, Canada. The events which we just related took place in 1951, and the hero of that true story, the young Navy lieutenant who led a team of technicians into the yawning mouth of hell, he did not die. He did risk his life, but he is, in fact, still alive. In fact, he was the President of the United States, Jimmy Carter. So, and I'll show you a picture of Jimmy Carter so you'll know who that is. So, hey, and also, when I was in high school, I marched in our band. We marched in the Jimmy Carter's inaugural parade back in 1977. So, my little connection with Jimmy Carter there. How about that? Cool. Bye-bye. Okay, so here's a picture of Jimmy Carter when he was president. And so that was in 1977 when I marched in his parade. So he was president from 77 until 1980 for 4 years. He was a one-term president. And he is currently 96 years old. So, the prognostications that the radiation would kill him, it did not kill him. Now, I will tell you, he had a praying mother who loved God and who prayed for her son, Jimmy, and as she called him. And so I had no doubt that that helped preserve his life. But anyway, so this is President Carter when he was president. And this is the true story that now you know the rest of the story. Ha! Love you guys. Bye-bye.